Hey everyone, and welcome back to That's It. So, Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell. Now, I was watching her TikTok video, and she's saying that she moved to Ireland, Dublin, and she feels happy that she moved because she wants to get away from Donald Trump because she feels like America's not going to be great again because Donald Trump is in the White House. He's our new president, and she feels like, by her, leaving to go to Ireland, it would be safer, it would be better for her health, her sleeping and everything. But my question to you guys, did she really move to Ireland because of Donald Trump, or she really moved because of the inflation, because the cost of living in LA so expensive, and her career was great at the time, and she's not doing any gigs at the moment that I can think of. But is that the real reason why she moved to Ireland? Is because of Donald Trump or because of the inflation? Well, I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, I feel like it's because of the inflation. Like, I know she had beef with Donald Trump for a very, very long time. It's been how long it is, I don't know, but I know it's been quite a long time. My thing is, if you're gonna move to Ireland because you want a better life, better situation that you were currently in when you were living in LA, okay, fine. Rightfully so. You have every right. Yeah, you're entitled. However, you cannot blame Trump is the reason why you moved to another country. You can't. People can't continue to say that and blame Trump. Tell the truth. Tell the real reason why you moved. Why are people constantly blaming Trump? Trump this, Trump that, Trump this. No one's not taking any accountability. Why? Is it easier and simpler just to blame Trump because he's the scapegoat, opposed to this telling the truth and the reason why you're leaving? And she's actually the only celebrity who left, because I remember most celebrities were leaving because once they said that Trump is going to become in office, that they're going to leave and go to another country. But she's the only one that actually did. But my point is, it's like when Trump was in president in 2016, she was still in the United States. She didn't leave, and the economy was great. The economy was booming. Now she's saying that the cost of living, the migrants, the eggs. I'm like, that was your old president, Joe Biden. Okay, he's the one who made all this situation for everyone, not Donald Trump. And I don't know why no one is not taking any accountability or blaming Joe Biden, that he's the one who made this country terrible. He's the one that caused the inflation and everything, the cost of living, gas price, food. Everyone was affected by it, but no one doesn't want to blame Biden. Even though he didn't really run the country for the last 4 years, he really didn't. He had someone else do it for him because he was going through a mental decline in his health. And they all knew it and they took advantage of it, which is very, very sad. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't take advantage of an elderly man who was mentally declined, and you all knew it, and then you try to use this propaganda to make us look stupid and dumb, that was not the case. That was COVID. And I'm going off topic here, so let me go back to Rosie O'Donnell. See, I just get so hyped because when people lie and not tell the truth, it makes me furious. I was going to say angry, but angry is kind of like such a harsh word. It makes me furious. Okay? So, back to Rosie O'Donnell. Now, why continue to blame Trump? Like, are you going to stay there until he's no longer president? You're going to stay in Ireland for 3 years because he's going to be our president for 4 years and come back? It didn't make any sense to me. She was mentioning, this is anyone who don't know who Rosie O'Donnell is. I believe a lot of people do. Rosie O'Donnell. Now, she wanted clean food. She wanted to save money, cost of living, and Ireland. And Ireland is I've never been there, but it's a very beautiful country, and the cost of living is pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. Let me just tell you, because I printed out, especially the cost of Dublin. Listen, listen. The apartment. To buy an apartment, the price is $680.90. Hot damn. You can't get that here in the United States. You cannot get it in the United States. Okay, and the food is cheap. For example, apples 1 pound, 87 cents. Banana 1 pound, $1.17. Oranges $2.19. Tomatoes 90 cents a pound. This is just shoot. I would live in Ireland too if I had the money. I would pack up all my stuff and go there too. Just the food is clean, just a quality of air and everything. Yeah, I get it. Why you want to move over there? Rightfully so. And and I'm not hating on her for doing that. You know what I mean? She wanted to do what's best for her and her family, and not be living in California. However, when she keeps blaming Trump, Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, it gets boring and it gets pathetic. Okay, take some accountability and just tell the truth. The reason why you move, because it's too expensive. It is too expensive. Okay, United States, it's too expensive. The cost of living and everything is just a lot. Okay, especially in LA and other states, it's a lot. It's a lot. And she feels like she has no stress, no anxiety. Obviously, if you're living in another country, you be stress free. You know what I mean? Clean air, fresh food from scratch. You don't get food that's poison here from the FDA allegedly. I don't want to say not allegedly, because I don't want to get sued by anyone because I have nothing to sue for. But Rosie, but you know what I'm saying? Like the quality of the food over there is just fresh. It's just fresh and clean, and there's no pesticide. There's nothing compared to here in the United States. All these disgusting ingredients that they're poisoning us allegedly. So I just don't understand why she doesn't tell the truth and just be honest with herself and be honest to her viewers on TikTok, and just say this is the reason why X, Y, and Z that I moved to another country. Okay, you cannot keep saying Trump. Okay, because it gets really old. It gets really old, and no one doesn't believe me anymore. But anyway, don't take my word for it. I want to show you a little clip, a video of Rosie O'Donnell that she shared on her TikTok. So here we go.
Constitutional, illegal, criminal, and so very sad. Let's hope that the world and the nation rallies against the current administration and their horrific ideas for what will make America great again. And it's not racism, and it's not homophobia, and it's equality for all. That's what we're promised as American citizens. So let's all remember that. Hold please, getting too political. Hold please. It's been a while since I made a TikTok video. I used to do it so often that it was second nature to me, but now I have to think about what it is that I'm going to say. So when I say hold please now, it's me going, okay, what story can I tell them about what's been happening here, Went shopping today at a wonderful boutique in Dublin to get some clothes for myself that fit better. I'm one of those people who's always had a weight issue, and now that I'm a size large instead of an XL or a 2XL, I find it shocking, I really do. I find it completely shocking. So when I went there, I said to the woman as she was helping me, lovely people in a store called Costume in Dublin, and just a customer. I'm not affiliated with them, but I got a bunch of clothes, and they were so nice because they said, "What size are you?" I said, "I don't really know anymore," and they said, "Let me just bring what I think will fit you, and you can tell me if you like it or not, or if you want to try it on." And so they brought me some pants, and I said, "I don't know if I can wear these. They're not elastic waist." I've been wearing elastic waist pants for a very long time.
I'm going to pause right here. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I really don't. And my gosh, I'm already bored. I'm bored. I don't know what the heck she's talking about. But anyway, stop blaming Trump. Stop throwing the shit at him, okay? You moved to Ireland so you can have a better life with you and your children. Great, wonderful. God bless. I will be praying for you and your child. But for you to continue to blame Donald Trump, the reason why you moved to Ireland is a bunch of foolishness and is a lie. Okay? Tell the truth. People love the truth. I love the truth. I don't like the bullshit lies. Okay? I don't. You saying that illegal migrants? Donald Trump did not bring illegal migrants here. He did not open the border. Your old president did that, okay? That was his fault, and the people that are around him was their doing, okay? Not Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to clean up the mess that Joe Biden administrator has done for the last 4 years, okay? People got to stop blaming Trump, okay? He is not Adolf Hitler. He is not a Nazi. He is trying to make America great again. Whether you like Trump or not, whether you disagree or not, he's just trying to make this country better again, okay? Because right now, it's just getting really, really ridiculous and really out of hand that people are just saying all these crazy things, okay? But when it comes to Joe Biden, nothing. He's like squeaky clean. He's perfect. He has done nothing wrong. But Donald Trump is the devil himself. And I'm like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You know, God bless Rosie O'Donnell moving to Ireland. God bless. Godspeed. Take care. Enjoy your fabulous life there. I wish you nothing but the best with your family, with your child, with your health and everything. But you know what? No one doesn't really give a shit about you moving to Ireland, whether you come back to the States or not. You know, live your best life. No one doesn't care. Okay? No one doesn't even really care that you blame Trump, because no one doesn't believe that either. Maybe some do. Maybe some do. Maybe some do believe you. Maybe some don't. And the reason why I'm talking about it, because it's just so laughable. It's just laughable that she actually did a TikTok and then she's blaming Trump. Trump. And again, Trump was president before and she did not move, okay? She really moved because of inflation, because she is smart with her money and she doesn't want the money to go to waste. Meaning spending all this money on taxes and everything that is so sky high. So she's using her money very useful and very smart to a different country that is a lot more cheaper. Who can blame her? I would do the same thing too if I had money. If I had money like that, shoot, I would pack up my stuff and go to a different country until the United States is fixed again, meaning the inflation, okay? But I would say that though. I would just not just lie and then just say that this person is the reason why I'm moving to another country. It makes no sense. Tell the truth and be honest. People will respect you more when you're honest. But when you lie and say all these bullshit stuff that don't make no sense, you look foolish, in my opinion. You look really, really foolish. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. I'm going to leave that alone. Okay? Now, I want to talk about. Now, I wanted to talk about this in my next video, but I was just so annoyed and angry towards my husband because, you know, like I told you in my video on that I did about my journey of my infertility, how I took all these 3 tests, and there's one more test I need to get done is the saline ultrasound. Now, I did my HSG test today, which Friday, the 28th, and when the woman came up to me to check me in and then she wanted to collect my copay, she told me that I owe $105. I'm like, huh? Come again? The only copay I had to pay was $45. Then she ran my insurance and I went to her office and then she noticed on the computer that my insurance had like a red X. I'm like, what is going on here? Because the last thing I was aware of that my insurance was good. And I just assumed that they had the old insurance in file, and then when I gave her my the insurance card, she said, "Yeah, that's what we have in the system." So I called my husband and I told him, "I'm at my doctor's appointment to get this test done, and they're saying that the insurance is not working." He said he will call me back. Then I paid the $45, and then I did the test. And while I was in the middle of doing my test, my husband called me twice. I'm like, I can't get up. I'm like on the table, okay, flat on my back. My legs are spread out wide open. Sorry, I'm being too graphic here. And the doctor is checking, my uterus and checking the fibroids where the fibroids are. And I can't move. I can't get up. I can't even pick up on the phone. Like my legs are open, and he's looking at my vagina, and it's like, I can't do anything. So I let it ring because I was just remaining calm because of this procedure that I was doing. Anyway, I don't want to get too graphic here. But once I was done with everything, then I called my husband, and then sure enough, he told me, well, the insurance is no longer. I'm like, come again? Because when we spoke, my husband and I, he told me that the insurance would be good for 90 days. Because, long story short, my husband was sick. He was in the middle of training, and then he had strep throat. So I guess the training is so intense that you can't miss any days. You can miss like a day, and then that's it. That's how intense the training is. Because if you miss more days, then you're out. Then you have to start from scratch and reapply for the position. Well, my husband has strep throat, totally out of his control. He got sick, and then he no longer can continue with his training. So basically, he had to reapply for the job and start from scratch. But then my husband told me the insurance would be good for 90 days. So I'm thinking, okay, we would be good. We would get our tests done and everything until the new insurance kicked in. Sure enough, my husband said, well, it is no longer. And I'm like, well, you didn't tell me. You told me 90 days. So now I'm starting crying hysterically and getting upset, and my blood pressure is high because the doctor checked, because I was like so upset because I just I just wanted to just get the last final test done, which is next Thursday, to do the saline ultrasound, because I did the other two tests, and I just feel like things are starting to progress, things were starting to happen, and then what? Now I got this bump about the insurance. Now my husband wants me to put on pause, and I got very upset. I'm like, I don't want to put this on pause. We've been waiting for this for a long time for us to get pregnant and for us to conceive, and then now you want me to push this back until the end of April? I'm not doing it. I got so upset. I'm not doing it. I even told my husband, if I have to pawn every living single thing in my apartment to finish this last treatment next Thursday, I would do it. If I have to come up with the money and pay out of pocket, I will do it. I will make it happen, because I am not stopping. I already put it on pause in February, and I'm not doing it again, because like I told you in my couple videos that I went to Brown Infertility. They didn't set my husband's insurance. They didn't take my insurance. I had to wait until I looked for another doctor, and finally I found a doctor that I like, and I feel like it's a good fit for me. I don't want to start all over. I told my husband that. I don't want to start all over. I don't want to wait until towards the end of the month of April, pardon me. I don't want to do that. And I told him that, and I was very clear. And I was just like very upset. I'm like, damn, I'm starting to be like, like infertility Karen, like proud Karen. That's how I am, because I'm just so pissed that every obstacle that I'm trying to overcome, something stops it. Something stops me from getting what I want. And all I want is to become pregnant and become a mom. And little things like this is stopping me or preventing for me to make it happen. And I'm just like so frustrated and angry, and a little bit towards my husband, but towards this situation, because there was no communication on his part with the HR. He should have communicated with HR and asked HR, is this really true? Is it still good for 90 days, or is it good for a couple weeks? Because if I would have knew about this and I told my husband this, I would have made any appointments. I would have pushed it until April. And then, obviously I will start from scratch. But now I'm in a process and I'm in the middle of everything. Now you just want me to pause and wait? No, I'm not doing that. If my husband was more transparent with me, and if he would have been more transparent with HR and vice versa with HR, which I'm pissed with HR department too, because they should have been clear with each other, then I would have booked all the tests that I needed to do, all the diagnostic in April. But now I'm in it, and we're in March, towards the end of March. I'm not stopping. And that's what I told my husband. I will figure it out. I just want to do the last test next week, and then have Dr. Kendall go over the results with me. And then once she goes over the results with me, and then she will let me know what's the next treatment plan. That's the next phase. Okay, the last phase is to finish the test, the saline ultrasound test, to see where my egg's at, how everything is. And then once that is done, because they get the results right there and then, it's in-house, which is perfect, then I'm going to follow up with her on April 17th. Now, since my husband don't have his insurance, I'm going to use my United Healthcare insurance for my job and just pay for the visit, for the follow-up visit. That's fine. As far as my husband's insurance, we just have to wait. Once she goes over the results with me, and once she tells me my treatment plan, if it's going to be IVF or IUI, then once my husband gets reinstated and get his new insurance, it's going to be the same insurance and same plan. He just got to be reinstated again with the insurance. Then we can start the treatment plan. And that's all I want. I just want to finish the first phase, finish this last testing next week, go over the results with Dr. Kendall, and then the next phase is the treatment plan. That's all I want. That's all I want. Once I know the treatment plans and once I know my options, what's the next step to do, and I'm hoping and praying is the IVF. No, not IVF. Pardon me. What am I saying? Hot damn. Oh no. The IUI. That's my goal. That's what I want to get done. To do the IUI because I feel like it's more or less invasive opposed to the IVF. I just want to do the IUI, schedule that appointment. Hopefully, we can do that in May. But before we do that, then to remove the fibroids, that's the next. That's what I want her and I to talk about before we start the treatment plan. I just want to remove the fibroids. I want that out of my body and get rid of because that's what's really causing me not getting pregnant because it's just blocking everything in my uterus, my ovaries, my fallopian tubes. I just want it out. I just want to do this non-invasive procedure and just remove the fibroids and then start the infertility treatment. That's what I want to do, and that's the goal. So that's all I want to do. And it just seems like every time when I put my step foot forward with this whole plan and it's getting everything in motion, I get a setback and then I start getting crazy because I'm like, and my husband, I'm not saying he was insensitive. He just had no idea the situation and how I'm feeling as a woman that I want to become a mom. And I know he's trying to remain calm for me because I'm like, and crying and hysterical and just lap, yap, yap. I was just being a Karen, which I don't care because, when you want something so bad, you just want it bad and you just want to keep doing it, not doing it, but being keep being persistent. That's what I'm trying to say. Keep being persistent and not letting anything get in the way. And I just feel like this is like getting in the way. And I'm like, damn, I'm just trying to reach the finish line. Okay. I'm just trying to reach the finish line. And it seems like I'm just always getting these small hiccups and I just don't understand why. But you know what? I'm not going to let that stop me because I told my husband by next week, next Thursday, I'm going to do the last test. I don't care if I have to pawn every living single whatever I have in this damn apartment. I'm going to make it happen. And I'm going to come up with the money and pay out of pocket if I have to. And then his insurance will reimburse me because I'm not letting this stop me. I'm not because I want to become a mom. I want to become pregnant this year. I know all things are possible with God and God is going to make it happen. And I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm not going to let this hurdle with this insurance company because my husband was not transparent with his HR or vice versa. I'm not going to let it stop me. And I'm not putting it on pause. And I made it very abundantly clear to my husband it will not be on pause because I already paused it enough. I'm not pausing anything anymore. We're going to get this treatment done, finished, finalized, follow-up appointment, and then we go from there. That's it. That's it. That is it. Okay? I'm not messing around. I mean business. And I told my husband that. So I'm just hoping and praying next month. He said his insurance is going to be reinstated in the 24th. So I'm just hoping and praying. Please, you guys keep me all in your prayers. And I also want to say I really appreciate all the new subscribers that's subscribing to my video. I really appreciate it. I really do. You have no idea. This means a lot to me that you guys are, subscribing to this video. I hope and pray that I get more new subscribers. And I really appreciate you guys listening and to my journey of me becoming pregnant and other different topics that I'm talking about. And I'm going to talk about the updated case of Kanachi because no one's not talking about it. Not even the Dominican Republic news is not talking about it, which I'm utterly disgusted by. And I'm going to talk to you more about that in the next video. So again, thank you so much for watching. That's it. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. I love you all and God bless.